purpose. Okay, yeah. Okay, then yeah. Okay. Can I get my view here actually? Okay, I think this is good. Yeah, hi. So I think you know about me through WhatsApp messages and then few shares on the groups and from the English therapy groups as well. So my name is Niranjan Chittam. Like working as a data engineer from last 4.5 years in TCS, and then mentored over 100 people in last 4 years. So that is about brief background about myself. So I am welcoming everyone to my platform. So where it is like renamed with the new thing, and then start restarting with the new concepts and the new structure. So we call it as a wisdom with Niranjan, training and mentorship. So where you do get training on the technical concepts, like technical, courses that I, put on the browser, and then the mentorship that is, very critical and very needed for every student. So which is basically the guidance, how to, apply for the jobs, and then how to clear the interviews and what you needed for particular company, or how to prepare for that particular company, and how to, how to, clear the exams for the few companies. So this type of mentorship I do provide. And top of this one, like I do provide the interviews as well, like mock interviews, and then real time projects as well. So it is very helpful in your interviews, right? So let's start with the session. So okay, uh, let me okay. Okay, as you know about right about me, like I just introduced myself, right? So I will give you, much more information about myself. So I'm the mentor of this sessions. So my name is Ranjan Chitta. So working as a data engineer and then mentor as well, do the mentoring for lots of people. So coming to my background, like I have completed my graduation 2021, then joined in TCS as a fresher with a system engineer role, and from there, like I played with the different roles in inside the TCS, like as a data analyst and the data engineer, and then business analyst as well. Then throughout this 4.5 years, I have learned a lot of technical concepts and a lot of technology. How the projects are, uh, using the different technologies like Python, SQL, as perspective of data engineer. So I learned all those things, and then came up with those all knowledge, and then now restarting my data engine, like restarting my mentorship and training. So with the new structure, and then adding with the new new courses into the field. Before I have taught many students, like over the 100 people after my graduation, where I taught on Python with the problem solving. So that is the only focus at the time. But now what I felt after working as a data engineer, I felt like we need more than that. Like we need more than that. Like Python, we need more than that. So I do teach here in the training and mentorship classes. So then coming to the my personal habits, like I do love reading the books, and then love to play the cricket whenever I get an opportunity. And then I do also love to explore the cities, places as well. And then love to connect with the new people, and explore them, like what they're doing, and then discuss with the, and love with the conversations with the new people as well. So these are the few details about myself. So do you have any questions about myself, like about me? Okay. That's great. Okay, give a moment. I just changing my view as a. Okay, so now how many people we having? 13 participants. Okay, I think the people who turn on video, those are English therapy. I can get them. Okay, so yeah, this is great. Now next moving, like this today, like I'm giving the demo, like on my 90 days mentorship, like what I'm going to teach in those next 90 days. I'm just giving the glimpse of the those 90 days. So how it will be in the next 90 days. So let's start. So I'm starting. Okay. Okay, I'm starting with programming, right? So we are in the technical things, like this is the technical training and then mentorship, right? So like basically I do teach the problem solving and then the concept. So before that one, like I do ask everyone like the question, why should we learn? Why you should learn the programming? Can anyone answer like why you should learn the programming?
to develop applications.
Yeah, that's great answer, Navya. Others, just be involved in the class,
Build,
such so that you learn,
build
be interactive. Yeah,
To invent new things.
yeah, that's also correct answer. Yeah, that's great. Applications. Let me note down actually. These are very, you know. Okay, yeah, yeah. Meanwhile, you can go ahead. I'm not stopping you.
to make it easier website to order anything or any.
Business, yeah, website. Yeah, that's correct. Absolutely.
To solve a complex problem in a simple manner with code,
Okay,
with
who is that?
program.
Who is that? Lavia. Yeah. That's great. That is the answer
Lavyan.
that yeah. Thank you, Navya. That is the answer that I'm expecting. So basically, why we need programming actually? Like, we can do the manual work, we can do the, whatever the, work that we have, we can do normally, right? Why we need programming actually? So the programming where it requires actually, it requires the, you know, whenever we have the problem. So there are a lot of problems outside the world. If you go to the world, if you go to the, just walk on the road, you will see the, plenty of problems, right? So to provide the solutions to them. So to provide a solution to them and then automate the solutions with the program. So that's where the programming, should learn. Everyone should learn the programming. So simple, like I will give you an example, simple. So you every day you go on the road, right? I think you might stay in the cities or maybe local towns. You do get the traffic signals every day, right? So during the traffic signals, what are the three types of lights you do get? What are those three? Unmute
Red,
Pratiksha Shetty. Yeah, I think you are speaking, but so yeah, Ashraf,
Red, yellow, and green.
yeah, red, yellow, and green, right? Three lights you're getting. Then you see sometimes there is a busy traffic police and then controlling, yeah, stop this side, yeah, go. Like sometimes the lights does not work, sometimes there is a problem with those traffic lights. The a traffic police will stay there and go this side, then stop for some time. They will make the stopping of one side, and then next they will ask to stop this side and then go from allow to the another side of the traffic. So this will happen, right? You saw this one, and then you saw the very gates there, and to control the traffic at the particular junctions or roads. So, but do you, this is the case you see in one scenario, and then you see another scenario as well. There is a traffic lights which mentions the time, like how much times you should wait in the red color when it is the red signal, like 30 seconds or 90 seconds. Then in the green signal, you can go for next 90 seconds. You are free to go in this direction, or you should stop for 90 seconds in this direction if it is the red. So this also you see that, right? And then you see in between, like orange or yellow, like I'm not sure, like sometimes people call orange, sometimes people call yellow, but yeah, you see that yellow light as well, which suggests like you're ready to go, or you are like green is ending, like you should ready to stop. So these are the indications that give. You see, sometimes there is no traffic police, like they're busy with other works. There is no one there, but the traffic is controlled there. How it is controlled? Who is controlling that one? So there is an automated program that developed and ingested into the chips. Those and connected to the electricity. So when it's connected to the electricity and when they automated, those scripts run automatically based on the time. Like I put like red, wait, do it for 90 seconds on this direction. After this completion, then turn it into the green. These instructions I gave it in the program, and then the program automatically runs and controls the traffic in that particular area. So this is where that is the problem that you saw. There is a policeman required, but now with this programming, you eliminated the work of the policeman there, so he can focus on other aspects at that particular junction, right? So this is the one problem. But you see, many problems. Like as I say, someone said like business websites. That's absolutely correct. Like I have a business, I want to scale it up. Like I'm selling in my local, but I want to scale it up like world, like in India or in Telangana state or some other state. So what you do, like like I'm an Amazon website. So they built a website. They published all their products on the website, and then users come there, go to their website, search for the products, and then order them, and then they receive those products. So behind this interface, like whatever we see in the Amazon or Flipkart, besides no, behind this interface, what we are having? We are having lots of coding, lots of coders involved behind that one. So those coding, like, hours of spending on the coding and writing the algorithms and optimizing the, search engines. So when you go, Amazon, when you quickly search for iPhone, you immediately get that iPhone. But before you get that iPhone, how do you know how many times it runs behind the, scenes? It will search for, millions of records to get your, appropriate iPhone. So this will happen, but you don't know this because this will know only for the, if you are, experience on the coding, or if you're, having the knowledge on the coding, then you'll get to know how this happens, like how the programming works at the back end. So, these are the use cases, like these are the use cases in the real time. So that's why everyone needs, need to learn the programming, whether they work on, an IT industry or somewhere, but they need to have, minimum knowledge on the programming, how the programs work, right? So this is basically, one of the, daily scenario that we see, and traffic and, websites that we saw. Do you have any questions on this particular, concept, like, the programming? Why we should learn the program?
No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Let's move to our next, thing. So today, next few minutes, like I think 30 minutes I will take, not more than that. So if you are having the dinner, then that's safe. If you do not have the dinner, then just please wait for 30 minutes. Okay. So we're having the the roadmap that I'm going to teach today, and then when that will cover in our classes as well. So we are having Python. So that's basically one of the leading programming language in the world, or in the IT industry right now. So why it's leading, I will tell you detailedly in the next few slides. And then problem solving, so where you need to develop your problem solving skills, like how is the when you get the problem, like coding problem, how you should approach that coding problem. Like just now you saw the traffic signal, right? The similar way how you should approach the coding problem, like the problem statement. Then after like debugging that problem statement and building the logical structure, like first we do this first, then we do this, like that. And then building your code like syntactically. And then once we build our code, then are running our code and to get the required output. So that is I help with that. And then SQL, which is like why I'm putting the SQL, like before I haven't added the SQL, I just added only the Python. So why I'm adding now SQL as an experienced data engineer, right? When I go to the when I open my work laptop and then start working, every day I use SQL as a data engineer. And then this is not only case for the data engineer. This is case also for the other software developers, or software engineers, because they need the SQL. If they're working as a backend or if they're working as a front end, they need to fetch the data and they need to see how the data looks actually. So for that one, you need to learn the SQL. That is, SQL is nothing but structured query language. So you need to learn that one. And then with addition, this one, I'm adding the new concept. This is very critical. Who are aiming for the high packages and then placements in the campus, or outside off campus placements. So that is the DSA, data structures and algorithms. So which is very basic need for every student as a job as a, like software engineer as well. So which is basically organizing our data, storing it in an optimized way, and then applying searching the like applying our algorithms in an optimized way to get our the data. So that those are the basic concept about the DSA. So I will teach about the DSA as well. So I will give you the what is the DSA in the next few slides. Okay, and at the end, like what you'll get from our our sessions after 90 days period. So you will be ready for the job. So, and then I haven't added here mock interviews and everything, those will be there. So the mock interviews, you have the real-time projects and you have, many more. So after, 90 days, you will be ready for the job. So that is what you're having. So without wasting the time, like, I'm just moving into the, just next slide here. So here, so the next topic we're having. So what is Python? Does anyone answer this? What is Python? Does anyone know Python, or does anyone have worked with the Python before? Okay. Okay, no problem. Yeah,
No programming language.
yeah, programming language. You're correct. So what is Python? So Python is a high-level programming language. So which is basically works on interpreter. So which means like when we run the code, that code before like runs first, and then it will go to the interpreter, and the interpreter executes the code, and then gives our required output. So that is what it does. So it's a high level programming language, and it has been widely used over the industry. Like every company is using the Python wherever the go, like wherever you go. So the company will use the Python. So basically, why we should learn the Python actually? We have many other languages. We have the C++, we have the C, Java, Go, many Scala, many other languages. But why we need to learn the Python? Because you are seeing the right. So there are many applications using the Python. Let's come one by one. So we having the web development, right? So in the web development, Python is very useful by using the frameworks of the Django and the Flask and the Fast API, and there are many other as well. And then once you have build the your website, when you're building the dashboards, you can use the APIs calls, and you can build the dashboards using the Python. Like we have an example of Instagram, whose backend uses the Django. That's basically in the Python language. So once you have learn the Python, so you can go to the web development if you're interested in the web development field, and then you can excel there. And then next, testing. So testing, like when there is a web development, there should be testing in the particular organization. Why would they need testing actually? So they need the testing because they need to test the application before it go to the publish, right? So that's why they need the testing. So why the Python? How the Python helps in testing? So Python helps in testing in an automation way. So by using the PyTest or Selenium. So whatever the test case that you have from the client, you can give it in the programmatical way such that whenever the script runs, the program will test the particular website with its test cases, and it will give the whether all test cases are passed or not. So this type of things you will get from the testing by using Python. Then cloud and DevOps. Now right? Every company is adopting the cloud. They're moving on-premises servers to the cloud servers. And then what is meant by cloud actually? It's basically whatever the servers that they hosted in their on-premises, like their company. Now they're not hosting the servers. They are acquiring one of the cloud services provided by the in the market, like AWS, either it could be Azure or Google Cloud. They acquire them and they get the services like all the servers and all those services from those companies, and then those physical infrastructure management is being done by those particular cloud providers. So those organizations would not done those, or not need to worry about those servers infrastructure, or physical management of those servers at their locations. So this is how the clouds and DevOps involves. And but how the Python helps in the cloud. So using the Python, you can leverage the cloud features like cloud services. For example, AWS Boto 3, so which is basically Amazon SDK. So, where you can use the Python to get the different get different services of AWS, and then build your code and run on AWS. So this is how you can use the Python in the cloud and DevOps area. Then coming the major point, like major industry that is solely focused, if you heard the concept of, if you heard the particular name, that machine learning, that itself gives you the language that you use, that is called Python, right? When you say, if anyone, you go any machine learning engineer and then ask them what the language you're using, what the language you use to build the models, they definitely say Python. There is no doubt about it, because they have lots of packages. Like Python is rich API system. If you say, like they will have the lots of machine learning algorithms inbuilt, because there are wide community, wide amount of community outside. So they'll go, every time, every day, the developers are building their packages and then implement, ingesting into the Python environment, such that you can directly install that particular package, such that you will get all the code to get all the access to all the APIs, all the websites, such that simply you import the package, and then you run on that. You just apply the functions on that one. You just give the inputs, and then you'll get the required output. So that's where it comes. And then machine learning, right? So all algorithms you can run on the Python code. But why they're using the Python? It is easy to write, because it's like you can understand when even the new beginner, like for suppose I take the Shravan here, right? Shravan doesn't know the Python. If he comes, go to the Python script, he able to understand like what he is doing. He may not understand the entire the syntax there, but what is the logic, like what he's trying to do that with the program, so that he can understand. So that's why machine learning adapted the Python, because of it's easy to use, like easy to write, the syntactical basic, syntactical basic, and then next, what we're having the next, like we're having the lots of wide variety of the API system. Like we can import lots of packages into the Python, and you can work with them. So whether it could be data, whether it could be the cleaning up the data, whether it could be the gathering the data from the different websites. So these are all you can do, right? So that's why the machine learning and AI, which is the future, right? So that you can do. So the libraries you saw here, right? Scikit-learn, and then TensorFlow, PyTorch. So these are the few libraries which are useful in the machine learning. And then you can build by using the Python. You can build the prediction models. You can build the chatbots and image recognition. So like, an example you can say, like, you will give the plenty of images to one code, and then you ask to filter out the few person's images out of them. So it will do, the Python will do. There is a script, and then if you create that one, it will do that. So this is also in a machine learning algorithm. You can think like that. So machine learning is not something that is you don't know, like that is something like rocket science. It's simple things like, applying the code which automatically do based on the history of the data. You give the training to the machine, then the trains on the particular data. When you give the real-time data, based on the training data, it will go to the real data, and then it will give the required output. So that's how the machine learning works, machine learning and AI. So this is the one. And then finance and stock market, right? So these also which is very crucial, like which is very necessary in the current industry, like wherever you see like stocks, you see lots of what we call like lots of apps which are a lot stock marketing apps right now in India. Like you can see Dan, Kite, Stacks, what we call Grow, what we call I'm having another like Trading View, like different things, right? So these are all like from those websites you can directly build the Python code where you can log into the websites, and you can directly execute your stock orders as well using the Python. So this is very one of the like other languages may support, but that is not easy to develop in those languages, right? So that's why these are all needed. So for finance and stock market. And then coming to the data science and analytics, which is the trending right now, and then which are in the boom right now. Like whenever you go outside, and whenever you to Amirpet, you will see lots of banners on the data science and analytics coaching. Why you see a lot of them? Because it's boom now. Like every industry adopting the data science, and then based on these data science models, they are predicting the future things, and then they're ready for their business to make those changes according to the future, like whatever the predicted from the data science models. So those you leverage from the Python, from the Pandas or NumPy, Matplotlib and Cbunch. So these are the few libraries you're having. Okay. Yeah. So the next, like, key thing, so which is my field actually. So the data engineering and the big data, right? So which is basically before, you deliver the data to the any data scientist or analyst or machine learning engineer, you need to, clean up the data, you need to transform the data, and then you need to load into some place which they can easily access the data, and then, deliver build their models, and then deliver the business driven decisions. So for that, so you need the data engineering and the big data things. So for that also Python helps a lot. So you have lots of troubleshooting steps and solutions using Python, and then you can do with this one as well, like what we call you can do with the PySpark as well. PySpark, which is the leading uh, computing data processing computing engine. So you can use that one, and you can do lots of processing, like in a parallel way, right? So these are many features are there in the Python, and then automation of scripting, right? So this is also very a field that I work as well. So which is basically you build the code, you have databases, and then you transforming the data. Then afterwards, what you need to do, you need to automate the process. For that, you just build the Python script where you can connect to the third party connectors by using the third party connectors. You can connect to the particular tool, and from there what you do, you just get the data from into the Python, and then you transform it, and then you load into the back to the particular location. All the steps can be automated using the Python script. You can just trigger that job, like you can build the one job, and then using that job, like every day it runs on particular time, whenever whatever you mentioned there, it will run on that time, and then it will execute it, and then boom, like you will get refresh of your data at the locations, like what is the target locations are there. So this can you done. So these are many use cases you could see, like many use cases, like I have mentioned here 8, right? But if you go to the real time application or industries, if we explore the different organizations, they use it Python in a different way. So right, because of its rich ecosystem and rich API availability, right? So that's why we should learn the Python, right? Do you have any questions on this? Why we should learn Python?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I think I helped you to tell about like why we should learn Python. Let's solve like we just gone through what is the programming, what is the language, Python language, like, what's applications we're having with the Python. Let's build one sample program using the Python. Just interpret the program, like whenever we get the new program, like how we interpret that one. So let's try with one program. Okay. So example program, like check order eligibility, right? Okay. Okay. I'm just telling. Okay, just let me back. Uh, okay. Our meeting will end in next 10 minutes. Actually, I haven't taken any premium membership here, so I will before that one, like I will end it at 8:35. Then using the same link, please join after that one. Okay. Just informing that one. And then the second session also, second link also, you can join there by using the same link. I have sent you all the people, right, through the WhatsApp message or in the group. So using the same link, you can join. Okay, now I'm continuing. Do not exit from this meeting. I will tell you. So let's do the problem example problem here. So what we're having here. So here we're having a check, like check order eligibility. So in India, what is the order eligibility? Can anyone tell? Here I mentioned, right? But if I may be wrong. But what is the voting eligibility in India?
18 plus
18.
people can vote.
18.
18 plus, sir.
18 plus, right?
If people
So you require 18 years to vote in any elections. Either it could be the MP elections or MLA elections or Gram Panchayat or whatever it could be. So you need that 18 years, right? So now let's assume you have the scenario, right? Like assume like you are sitting there, you're getting the plenty of people, and then you're getting their ages, like one by one, and then you need to check whether they're eligible to vote or not. And where you get the some children and then some adults and some old age people as well. So you need to find out, like for suppose you get 100 people, you need to find out how many are eligible for the vote. So that is what you need to find. So that is our problem statement. Let's read our problem statement here carefully. So what we're having here, write a Python program to check whether a person is eligible to vote or not. A person can vote if their age is 18 or above. So this is our scenario. So what is the condition we're having? 18 or above. So that is what we're having. So this is our problem statement. So first what we need to do. So we need to interpret our problem statement. Then we need to build our logic first. We need to think, okay, what we need to do. We need to write the steps. So what we need to do, like first we should ask the user to enter their age as an input, right? So that is our first step when we're building our code. In the next step, I will explain all this logic to converting into the code, right? First step, what we need to do, ask user to for their age to enter on the input screen. So once we get the age in one variable, like we store in one name, like naming convention, then we need to check whether that age is greater than or equals to 18 based on our given logic. So in problem statement, what they give, its age is 18 or above. So the same logic that we're applying here, 18 or above. Print, you're eligible to vote. So then we should print that you're eligible to vote. So that is what we should do. But if it is not, the person is not having the age of 18, it's less than that 18. So then what we need to do? We need to just print you're not eligible to vote. So that is what we should do. Every time, you should not be there, like you can do the automate by this code, like writing the code. Before that one, there should be a person, like they came and they provided some other card. Then okay, you're not eligible, you're eligible, or you're not eligible. They need to provide. But if they enter their age, then automatically they get that whether they're eligible or not. Before when they're registering in the what we call voter ID portal, right? NSDLR. I forgot. I'm not sure about that one, but yeah. So the portal, in the portal, like you can enter the age and then you'll get to know this one, right? So that is what it will check. So you're having the logic building. So you have the problem statement, you have interpreted this one, then you have built the, you have analyzed the problem statement and you have built the steps like logic building. You built that one. So the next step would be the converting into the code, right? So the next step would be the how you convert it into the code, right? The what are the steps you're having? Just just convert them into code. Like follow me here. Like you will understand and you will able to solve the first coding problem, right? So first, what we need to take? We need to take the input, right? So in the Python, do not worry about the syntax. I will teach you all these things in the classes. Like next 90 days, we'll teach you all these things. Okay. Input. What we are having the input. Input. Enter your age. So this is what it will give. In Python, default whatever the input that you taken, it will be as a string, right? So if you enter the 18 number, or if you enter the, for suppose my age is 25 or 26. If I enter the 26, then it will take as a string. String is nothing but it's a characters. Do not worry about these types as well. I will teach everything. Okay, just be there for understand that how I'm implementing the code. So it will be take the string, then it will converting it as an integer. Integer is nothing but it's a number. It is converting as a number. If you enter something like for suppose if you enter any wrong value like ABC, that doesn't take like it will not convert into the integer, so it will throw in an error. It will say like the input you entered is not correct. So I haven't write that code here, but you can implement in the code so that we can add another step. So once it converted into integer, what I'm doing, I am storing it in a variable. Sorry, okay, just more. So its variable is nothing but it's a like one of the like naming convention, like it's a name, like whatever, like my name is Niranjan, right? Your name is Arshak, like your name is Navya. So that is the way you're having the value, like what if I say who is Niranjan, then you will say something about that Niranjan, like Niranjan Chittam, you will say that. The same thing, the age. What is the age? It's a variable. It's a naming. It's a name of the particular variable. And what it holds? It holds the data. Like what is of the data? Like that. What is the data that user enters? So integer. So then afterwards, like what it's doing? It's doing the comparison. If the age is greater than 18, then I'm printing the output as a you're eligible to vote. If else, no, age is not the greater than 18. Then what I'm putting? I'm just putting that no, you're not eligible. I'm putting the wrong symbol, then you're not eligible to vote. So that is what I'm giving here. Right? So this is the code. So once we develop this code, so what we should do? We should run the code. So when we run the code, how the examples, like how it looks like these are examples you could see. When we run the code, it will ask for the input, enter your age like that. So what is the input that you give? If you give the 20, what is the output that you get? Like can anyone say if we enter the 20, you will get that you're eligible for the vote. But what you say if we enter the 18, what is the output that you get? If we enter the 18,
You are not eligible to vote.
why?
You are eligible to
You are
vote.
eligible.
Eligible to
Okay, that is where you
because
should
you are
very
greater
correct, Navya.
greater than
Let me explain to to everyone. So why Shravan, like you saw 18, but they mentioned why. That's why we should read the problem statement very clear. They are saying 18 or above, so it's equal to 18 or above. So that is what the eligibility of the OT, right? So you can see that, right? So if it is 18, if we enter the 18, it is also say you're eligible to vote. If we enter the 16, what it says? Definitely it says, right? It's a less than 18, then definitely it says you're not eligible for the vote. So this is how, this is how we should approach any problem statement that we get any, exams for any companies, placement drives. This is how you should approach. First, you read the problem statement carefully. Do not miss any conditions they mention, and then do not miss any constraints they mention, right? And then once you have that one, then build the logic, then implement the code, and then next you'll test the test cases. They'll give the sample examples using that test cases. You test that whether the code is working correctly or not. You do that one, right? So that's how you should build the you develop the code. So this is the first example. I think you're able to solve this question, right? I think if I give you this question again, you go back to the Python. After 1 week or maybe after 3 days, I will give the same question to you once you join the class, and then I will expect you to solve that question. Okay. Okay, I think that's it. Like, you got the first, crack the first question in the Python, like, first problem statement, coding question in the Python. So it's very simple, Do not worry about, coding is something or coding is nothing. But the only thing, you might not get the logics while you are writing the code. That is the, thing every student or everyone faces. Why? Because even I also didn't get those logics initially. But how I did practice it a lot. I will tell the stories in the next, few minutes. I think we're time left with 1 minute. So I'm just ending this, meeting right now. Please join with the same meeting link. So I will restart that, meeting again. Please join again, and then I will share, lots of, very useful insights about the, our course. Okay. So thank you. So let's start, join again.